Hello, I'm Fatima Reszczynski and I am a learner developer and Thrive tutor for law at Birmingham City University. I have been here for just under 3 months and I have absolutely loved my role in here. Prior to that, I was a ESOL lecturer and course organizer at Coventry College, and I would like to tell you a little bit about my transition from further education into higher education. If we go further back, I actually started my career about 21 years ago. I started off thinking I was going to do a business administration course at the East Leeds Family Learning Centre, and I ended up actually going back to university and doing a degree in English and linguistics, alongside which I volunteered and worked alongside many educators in primary schools, secondary schools, and family learning centres in Leeds. When I graduated university, there were no jobs. It was just, around the time of the economic crash, and I could not find a job in Leeds. So I went on to do a PGCE to teach English in schools. And during that time, I was also volunteering and working in agencies as sessional staff, as well as McDonald's, because I worked in McDonald's for seven years as well. And I still couldn't find a job in education, even with the PGCE. So I decided to go and do a master's course. And when I was doing my master's course, I realized that the colleges were merging up north where I lived. There was no warranty that I would be able to get a permanent position. And so I decided to move down to the Midlands. I moved to the Midlands just before my MA finished, and I was able to get 2 job opportunities. One was the first choice that I had, which was working in a learning center teaching ESOL, that crashed because of lack of funding. And then I had another opportunity to work in a community center teaching English to British citizens, people that wanted to pass the British citizenship. So I did that for a while. Then I went into a sixth form college. I was there for just over a year and a half, and the same situation, no job prospect, no prospect of getting a permanent position in Birmingham. And then I went to Coventry, and that's where I was for the last 12 years, just before moving here. So my journey has not been an easy journey. And once I got into the college the FE college I was in, which was Coventry College, I did not think I wanted to leave, because number one, it was a permanent position. I loved my job. I loved the staff I worked with. Had tremendous passion for the job that I was doing with the ESOL students in the local area, and also the community projects I was engaged with. And so I stayed for 12 years. And also I realized that there was so much going on in terms of what was happening to students, not just in further education, but in higher education. And if I wanted to make a change, if I wanted to be somebody that was part of the movement for change, for improvements, for reform in education, I needed to be somewhere where my voice could be heard a little bit more. And I felt that that was not the place where I could be heard. Can I also mention that while I was doing my job at Coventry College, pretty much the whole duration, I was also doing my PhD in migration, mental health, and self-harming behavior. And I explored the experiences and perceptions of ESOL students and teachers. So I had also a long experience being in academia as a student, and also I was delivering seminars, and I was attending presentations and workshops and conferences. So I was very much already part of the world of academia. So when this job came along, it was the perfect opportunity for me to come up out of a place where I was pretty much capped and had very little voice in what was happening to education, to a place where actually I may be able to make a difference. Now, what decided that this was the job for me was the fact that I was offered a student-centered position. So I'm on a teaching post. I did want to work in academia, but I didn't necessarily want to leave the side of me that was all about the chances that we give to young people to progress and succeed in life. So things in terms of accessibility, inclusivity, making direct impact in the lives of students, I didn't want to compromise on that. And luckily, this job does allow me to continue doing that. So just to give you an example now, I sit within the Faculty of Law, and as a Thrive tutor specifically for law, as part of my role, one of 3 parts of my role, I get to go to Law Society events, I attend mooting sessions, I've been asked to judge a few times, wherever the students invite me to, I am there. This week they had a games night, I attended the games night. It was a mix of law students from BCU and law students from Aston. It was an incredible experience to be there just for a little bit and watch them. The camaraderie, the network, the development of professional skills. It's a beautiful thing to watch, and I get to be a part of that. Next week there is something else that's happening with the League of Justice. There'll be 3 prospective employers, giving talks. I've been invited to attend with the students, so I'm really, really pleased with that. As well as that, my role involves doing attending tutorials, seminars, and also delivering bespoke sessions to students on academic writing skills, on personal development, on study skills, on employability and enrichment. So I love part of my job too. And then I'm excited just to talk about all of this. But the best of it is that I'm actually somewhere that it's making huge strides in making changes in policy and curriculum, and I get to be a part of something that is going to potentially be an amazing opportunity for Birmingham and the West Midlands. So this is what I've been doing for the past few months. Really excited to be here. When I moved from FE to HE, as I said, I already had some academic skills from doing my PhD and being in academia for 21 years as well. I've been in academia, so I had the academic side of it, learning to read articles, journals, interpret them, summarize them, so I can support students with that. Also, I brought the side of FE, where I was in charge of curriculum design, so I've got that side, assessment planning, team leading, and doing all the enrichment activities that students need to become successful contributors to society. And also I get to work with students from mixed backgrounds, non-traditional backgrounds, so both roles kind of linked very well together, and I do think that my skills were very much transferable from one role to the other. So at the moment I apply my FE student-centered approach to my new HE role, and I support students by implementing inclusive teaching practices, and I liaise with the lecturers to make sure the students are being looked after in terms of their well-being, in terms of their of the activities that they do, and I'm really, really, really excited. If I wanted to tell anybody, if they wanted to change from a role in FE to HE, there are a lot of skills that we developed that are very, very much needed. So I do recommend you to try, if you can find a role like I did, that matches perfectly the person that you are and the skills that you have, then go for it. Thank you.